All right, I should be back. I'm gonna test a little test in here. So YouTube should be back. All right, guys. So again, YouTube should be back. So I'm gonna have to just proceed. If it isn't, then I don't know what to do. And he might have to start his own stream. Okay, guys. Yeah. So look at Anna. Anna's right back. Hmm. Anybody in YouTube, just let me know if you can hear me, please. Hi, Muath. Well, YouTube. Okay, thank you, Pepe. Okay. Well, you're in a room. If you're looking for more action, then you're in the right room. Okay. YouTube is great if you just want to hear me and see my screen. But if you're looking for more action, okay, you're in the right room and you're a new trader. So when you say you're a new trader, when you literally are a new trader. Okay. So you're just not do you have trade ideas, but are you a new trader with trade ideas or just a new trader? Hmm. That's not good, Pepe, then. I wonder what to do. I wonder if Andy should take over that one. I don't know how to get to that one. Maybe why don't you close it down for me? I know you can't, but okay. Then this okay, I've got to well, I got to figure out something to do with YouTube, but just give me one moment, please. Okay, guys, listen, I have to leave for a while. So I just Muath, if you're a new trader, this is what I suggest you do. Go to my homepage. I'm going to put my homepage link in. Okay, give me a moment here. Put my homepage link in. Okay, and when you click on my homepage link, don't worry about that down. I put two links together. Click on the click on my homepage link and go to the education section. Okay, right here. Click on the more info, and then where you see back to basics. Okay, if you're new to trading, trade ideas is not going to help you. I'm going to be that blunt. Okay, you have to have an idea about what you're looking at when you click on an alert. What the chart is trying to tell you. So I would take a look at this. It's called Back to Basics. It's all free. It's about 15 videos. If you're a new trader, yeah, you must do that first. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. I'm going to be gone for a few minutes. Okay, guys. Okay, this is what's going on. My wife and I were dealing with a very sick pet. So that's why I'm interrupted many times. Okay, so I do apologize, but I have to do a lot of care. So I'm putting myself on mute right now. I'll be back. Okay, guys. Okay, Pepe, can I click on it and take it over again? But where is it? Do you have a link for me? So end this stream and take over the other one. I wish I knew where the other one was link wise. Maybe Andy. Oh, okay. Oh, it's dead now? Okay, good, good. Okay. All right, guys. Just give me a moment. Two. What consolidation section? Okay, I don't know exactly what you're referring to. Oh, the consolidation days alert. You're talking about. So I've never used it, but let me see. I know we have a filter, a consolidation. um, so consolidations 210 is the highest quality. Okay, I've never used it. Here's what you do. Okay. Here's what you do. Go back to it and then click on the help. It'll give you a huge definition. Okay, I've never used it, but it'll give you a huge definition, understanding the consolidation alert. Okay, just you can read through that way better than I could possibly try to explain it to you now. Okay, you see how to do that? I've never used it. All the years, I've never used it. I do. The only thing I can see from this, if 10 is the highest quality, probably if you put 10, you'd get almost no alerts. You put 2, you get a lot. So somewhere in between. But please just highlight it and then click on the help, and then that'll tell you way better than I could. Meanwhile, your scan, AJ, yeah, it looks like a good long scan instead of a short. It looks like it's just trying to find. I mean, it's just trying to find. Now, look, you've got these are energy plays. Number one, see, they're all energy plays. I'm going to massage this a bit. Okay, guys. Now, Yes had a pullback. Okay, Yes had a bit of a pullback. YSS had a bit of a pullback. See what it did? Didn't even get close though to the VWAP. Pulled back, and maybe it's going to start to curl again. See how it flattened out? The wave flattened out. Little bit of orange, little bit of orange, meaning okay, possible trend change, but it doesn't look like it's that big a trend change right now. And you never know. This might just be a momentary pullback, and then I go. Ah, look at you, Mac. I knew I wanted to get back into it. Just give me a moment, okay? Give me another moment, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. So it's 11:55 now. So what I'm going to do, I'll put my announcement up here. I'm going to wait another 5 minutes or so, and you should be showing up and taking over for me in our YouTube room. So before I do that, here is the link to get into YouTube. Okay, so there's a link to get into YouTube, guys. Okay, I'm just going to wait for Andy to show up. Get my message up. All right, so I'm just waiting for Andy to show up. Now, yes, yes, I call it yes. I know it's not yes, but YSS. Before I look at that one, ARQT is on the move here, guys. ARQT on the move. Look at the volume that came in. Volume coming into ARQT. However, look left, and there's a high very close, 2320. And then even if it breaks that, then you got 2345 a couple of times. So for me, there's just not enough room. Now, had the next high been up here at 2450, we should be all over this one just to see what happens. But for me, these next highs are just too close. I will put a price alert around the 2348 mark just to see if it gets through that. And then, but it's too bad. It's too bad that these are there, because otherwise I'd probably take this trade. The volume came in. Any news on Anna? Was there any news on Anna yesterday? Not really. There was news on the 12th, increase improved reserve volume. Okay, but just a great continuation play from yesterday's AI alert. Okay. PL guys, maybe keep an eye on PL. Let me get rid of this thing. Take a look at PL guys. Now this is a great earnings play. It's been pretty good all day, but it is now through that whole number. Morning, Paticus. I'll be taking off in about a minute or so. So Andy will be taking over for me. Okay. Do you have any questions? There he is. Okay, guys. So I just heard a little pop. So Andy's in our YouTube room right now. So I'm going to put myself on mute now in the main room. We'll see you guys hopefully in about an hour. Okay. And now I can welcome Mr. Andy Lindlof, Mr. March Madness himself, to the YouTube room.
Hey, Barry. How are you, buddy? Doing good.
Not
How
bad,
are you?
Not bad. Not bad.
You watching a little March Madness?
None. I only follow it.
Toward the
I see
end?
what's happening, but I typically don't watch any, even a second, but I'm interested in the results.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Miami, Ohio, when they won their play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were, you know the whole story of them, right?
Oh yeah, yes, I do.
And I was watching some of the pundits saying, you know what, they're going to lose by about 20. They're going to lose by about 30 or 40 points to SMU, and well, they didn't.
No, they did not at all. And SMU is a pretty good team, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're in theory, Miami was a completely out of their class, but yeah, boy, that's a great story though. But I'm sure they're going to turf the first game. But you know what? It's a great story.
It sure is. It sure is, man. So you will not even watch the final game?
It's possible. It's possible. I'm not a big basketball fan. I mean, I follow it just knowing what's going on, but I just find there's too many fouls, too many stoppages and plays, and I'm used to hockey. It just
there you go, fast pace
goes. So, anyway, my friend, I'm sure nobody wants to hear us talk about the March Madness and hockey, so I'll take myself out of this, and I'll see you in about an hour.
All right, Barry.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I don't know how much talking I'm going to do if I don't get this frog out of my throat, and these spring allergies kind of got me. But welcome to the support webinar. Hey, Trader 77, how you doing? Hey, Pepe. Hey, Paticus. All right, I don't know if we're going to have a whole list. A lot of people licking their wounds in this market. It's a very, very difficult market right now. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll catch a rally here before it's all said and done. Maybe. Let's see. Steve's over here. All right. I'm sorry, Steve was just kind of hitting me up. Let me. All right. So yeah, if you have any questions, guys, just drop it in the chat there, and we'll do our best to get it answered. And we can talk stocks, we can talk charts, we could talk theories, we can talk a lot of stuff, but it is just a mess. I mean, it would be so much easier if it, like I said, I've been saying for a while, at this market, if it's going to, have a correction, let's have one. Don't sit here with this back and forth stuff. So let me fix my little window over here, since I got to move this chat. DYN, that was an alert I set a while back. Well, I'll kind of go over my trades. I didn't come in with as much of this this morning. The ones I've done so far today are Apple, Marvell. Uh, that's pretty much it. Saltbuck I bought in from yesterday. Tesla was from yesterday. I did add a little bit today near Lowe's. XRP small size from yesterday. This Zebra and this SYM. I'm still I still like the way this SYM is holding up well, because you had this big old low and it closed on highs here, and it's pretty much been holding on up well. I'm just really looking to hopefully get above this 20 period moving average and get more aggressive with it. And I wish I was born in the USA. Okay, Paticus, let's see. What are your, all I see is hello. I click markup, horizontal line, then click the chart. And are you on, are you, I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to use indicators on your charts, you're better off going to the non-browser charts. They're much better for, we're still in the works for this horizontal. I mean, these uh, browser charts. I think we introduced them last year at some point, but yeah, there's still some work to be done. I think on these, especially when it comes to marking them up. So I know you'd like to you just keep one. I would just keep maybe one, and you can actually have it minimized, down in your taskbar, and then just pull it up when you want to do any sort of markup or horizontal line or trend line or something like that, because they work a lot better. Jim, you sure? Go ahead. Ask for my advice. That's what I'm here for. You're welcome, Paticus. Yeah, so Jim, just fire away. Tesla is definitely acting better off that bottom. See if this market can get a little breathing room and just kind of grind higher. I don't see a massive move today at all. But uh, maybe just enough move to make a little money. How's that? Played Apple today off that 200 day. I, I just I bought it right around here actually. So and I have no idea why I try Pfizer. I mean, the thing would be looking good, holding up. Then you get these crazy red bars. I just need to. What I need to do is just like take it off my screen and just play it. Just sit in it for the dividend because it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, you're a day trader. When I day trade, I enter a bracket order to sell when profit is 5% and when the stack is down 2%, and sell when the stock is down 2%. Okay. Well, if you're a momentum trader, I would go with explosive winners. You can get some good ideas with that. But it sounds like you're a day trader, so yeah, you definitely want to go with maybe some lower float momentum trades. And I think we used to have a low float channel. Let's pull up our. If you go to new, if you're going to go in the channels, I think the best place to do it is the dot channel bar. So you can pull that up, and then you can still have your layout up, and you don't have to, because if you just click a channel in our regular channel bar, it's going to remove your whole layout. Okay, you do keep stocks overnight. Okay, so you're not a day trader. Oh no, I'm sorry, I never keep stocks. Okay, gotcha, you are a day trader. Okay, I would go with explosive winners. Okay, and you can have some races. Now, if you don't want the whole channel bar and you just want the uh maybe the Trade Ideas Winter Watcher or the just the relative strength leaders from open, finding stocks that are strong from the open. You could use that, or a lot of people like the races. The races will kind of give you an idea. I'll show you another good one that I like, and the reason is because I actually built a couple of these scans. So that is your explosive winners, and this one's in Momentum. Momentum is a good one. Oh gosh, I went to the regular channel bar. Dang it! I knew I'd do that. So in the regular channel bar, you have Momentum, and this has the action is heating up. Extreme Master Blaster. These are stocks, and this is just a Momentum. It's just a high ticker. So those are the two I would look to get into. Check them out. Now, what I'll do is drop uh, some of my stocks in here as well. Let me pull back up my browser chart, my support layout here. And what I'll do, Jim, is, and I'll show you the ones before I Extreme Master Blaster. So this is a really good one. This is one that you can also find in your Momentum channel. I just like mine because it's cleaner. I don't have a lot of symbols and stuff in here to uh yeah, I just like it plain and simple like this. And what this is, it's five different strategies. Okay. You got extreme volume, $2 to $10. You got, those are probably the ones you want to play if you're looking for a 5%, move in one day. But extreme volume over $10, extreme volume low float. There's another one that you might want to consider, and you're going to be able to find, these stocks like this, blowing up. You'll catch them early. Uh, so I will drop this one in here. It's a good one. And Extreme Master Blaster. Now you can check out some of the filters. These stocks, they have to be hitting like a 5-day high. I mean, I'm going to share one with you where they don't have to be hitting like a 5-day high. I just like stocks that are breaking out and not in the middle of no man's land. I don't like to see volume and look over here, and the stock is just stuck with under moving averages. So these are going to be stocks that are at least hitting a 5-day high, which you would have seen this probably around the 433 mark. All right, so that one is Extreme Master Blaster, and then I have one that's called Momo. And this one is just going to show you stocks that are doing Momo. So let's take a look at the configuration in this one. It's pretty basic. Okay, that's a new high. It's just looking for stocks that are hitting a new high, price between 1 and 50. You can change that if you want to. Change from the close has to be up at least 2%. Relative volume has to be 3%. And then you have to have 1 minute volume of 1000%. That's basically 10 times normal. And then 5 minute volume of 400%, which is 4 times normal. So this is a good one. You'll catch stocks that don't have to be hitting like a 10-day high, but like you would have caught this one, seen this in pretty early. Let's take a look at how early, because it may not have been doing the required volume. Let's go into history for today. And I want to see that. There's more and more available. Boy, fly. See, that's just it. You'll catch stocks, like this too. But so you just gotta know, what to play and what not to play. CSIQ was strong today. Oh, it's a big gap down. See, this is what I'm talking about. You would not catch stocks like this in my other one that I showed you. You would see this is something I would not even want to consider playing on a big gap down after earnings, just hitting high volume. So this is why I kind of built that other one to kind of keep the noise out. I want stocks that are trading as Intel, which had a nice start to the day. And I traded it too early and got stopped out and then bought it back. So anyway, I will share this one, but honestly, I think that other one is probably better if you're looking for stocks. I mean, you want to avoid the noise. That's when it comes to trading. There's a lot of noise out there. Okay, Momo. But you can keep them both up and just, be the smart trader that you are and just don't play stocks like CSIQ. Okay, let's see here. My stocks aren't doing anything. They're just sitting here, which is kind of what I expected. People are scared. This Marvell can't even go to highs. Yeah, we could we could be seeing this. I don't have a spread filter in there, but you can always add. You can always go in there and add your own, Jim. It's a beautiful thing about this software. Somebody shares you a scan, and you can go in there and make it your own. You may want make some other changes like the price and uh, gosh, that TSSI that makes me so. I should have bought that. This was one that I really liked, and I had a nice little backup on it. The market just has you. You're welcome, Jim. You're welcome. Lunar's doing it. Same old topping tail wicks. Man, this is getting old. You know what? I may thin out of some of this stuff because I just don't see us really going anywhere. And I don't know how much I want to be holding over the weekend. You can just feel it. You can just feel it in the market. Silver. Yeah. Yesterday at Lowe's was a good day to play. I know Steve had bought some CDE. Uh, Well, I'll tell you that Tesla's having a nice little bounce. Nice. That'll be if it closes like that. That's a nice little constructive hammer there. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. Mike C, what's up, buddy? I probably should be. That's probably what I should be playing is Dawn of the Dead because these setups are not working at all. Marvell can't even get above that 90. Bitcoin's trying to push a little bit higher. Path, man. This thing is my pain in the butt is what it is. But I do like the way it's. I mean, typically after earnings it gets hit, but this time that was your day after earnings. It is definitely being constructive. It needs to get above the 50 for sure. But boy, of course, all the stocks lately have been pretty volatile, but this one always has a nasty personality. The market's trying to push. I just feel like somebody's waiting up here with an oar, though, just to knock it right back down. Is TLT still getting crushed? It was getting hit pretty hard earlier today. Yeah, it's bouncing a little bit. Let me tell my wife I'm in a webinar, so she'll stop texting me. A lot of selling going on. Even when you try to, you can just tell it in the stocks, man. They get these little bounces, man. People are selling. One reason I bought a little Apple seems like every time the market looks like it's going to crater and get scary, a bunch of money flows into Apple. Let's see. you just grabbed trade navigating through the windows now or videos now. Maybe it's just because I got Holly up and going around 9:30, wondering if there is a button or something that situates when. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Uh, I mean, you'll still once you pull it up, you're still going to see all the. You're not going to miss anything, even the old uh, alerts from earlier in the morning. It's going to be on your screen. The best place to get it up here is this. Go to New and go to the Premium AI Strategy window, Strategy Trades window. I'm sorry, and then pull it up that way. Now, when you do that, all you're going to see are the stocks that are profitable, that are in the money. Okay, if you want to see them all, which I like to see them all because you can always do a trade around or something like that. You just uncheck that button; it's going to pull the ones up that uh, are not profitable. So, and then you could best thing to do is just save this in your layout. Oh, probably what you're seeing there is, did you close trade ideas the night last night? You gotta exit out of trade ideas every night. If you don't, you leave it up overnight, you're going to see the old trades in there the next day. So you have to log out of trade ideas and then log back in the next morning. No, all the alerts are in real time, only in active markets. You're not going to see anything published or posted or alerts going off in pre-market or post-market or something like that. They all put in. Make sure you have an entry time column, and then that way you can see what time these go off. And I'm not sure why this is showing me on Pacific time. Yeah, this is not right. This is not. I gotta tell them about that because I'm not sure why that's showing me trades that early. So yeah, that's an issue. But getting back to my point, all the trades will be during live market action. They usually start cranking out pretty early, maybe 10 minutes after after the open. Take a look at some of the ones from the day. Curve. Ooh, that was a good one. Not a bad one there either. See, look at that. That's pretty. ARX. Still, it still has potential. IDN, another one that still has potential. So even though these aren't working right now, this is why I'd like to have the non-profitable ones up, is that way you can kind of take a look at them, maybe put an alert in here, say, well, if it gets back above this level right here, I definitely might be interested. Yeah, that's kind of what the Holly is algo trading. Now we can't automate it, but you can trade it manually. But this is kind of machine learning trades that you get each day. We have no idea what they're going to be. Uh, Holly just spits them out in real time. But uh, so if you're referring to algo trading as same as automated trading, this is not automated trading, but it is definitely our machine learning AI. Tell you, it's been doing better too. I've noticed. I may have to start putting this thing up. Yeah, there's my Intel there. Yeah, this market just nothing but sellers, dude. Everywhere you turn. Yes. Yeah, you definitely get that. Now you have to get the elite plan, okay? And it's not on the basic plan. You have to go with the powder. I don't know what we're calling it now, but premium. Get premium versus standard. It's like 254 a month, I believe. See how quick these things fall? I mean, you get like a little red tick in the market, and these things drop off, so fast and hard. Bear with me, guys. I'm just looking at stuff in my account here. Yeah, this stuff is sold half of that. And I got stopped out of half of that. Gosh, it's pathetic. I don't know what you mean. Did you depend in your entry and close in Holly AI? I'm not sure what you mean by that. There's no uh the best traders that trade the AI, they're just good day traders and they trade it discretionary. You can pay attention to the targets and the stops. You could adhere to those, but sometimes it's better, like the market we have right now. If you're if you if you got some nice profits, maybe don't want to wait till it stop. Maybe you just want to go ahead and bang some out. Probably thin out of some Tesla too if it can't hold that moving average there. I'll get right with you guys. Hold on. This helps giving Steve some ideas of a trade of the week. It's just more momentum. It just momentum, basically, is what it means. Okay, need UCFA 40 back tonight. Pray for me. Uh, I'll do that. Yes, I'll cheer them on. Yeah, I'm just looking to thin out and not take a lot in the weekend. That's for sure. As oils goes to high. I'm actually pretty thin as I look around. I don't have a whole lot of stock. I am actually pretty thin. Just a minute here. Hold on. I'm gonna have to buy that back. Yeah, I did not get stopped out of that one. I gotta buy it back higher in this account. I think I have it. I was thinking of Intel. Anyway. I should probably just leave it off because it's gonna probably get stopped out here in a second anyway. You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome. I gotta come down. I'm standing too long. I might see my old dog laid out back there. Well, here's the thing. Let's pull it back up. And a lot of times you may not get it at the entry price, but there's a trade-off involved. There's some times where you can get a much better price in the entry price, and I don't know if it happened this morning, uh, but this one right here that went off at 157. So it's pretty much to close almost to close this bar. Okay. So if you're patient in the next bar, the thing came all the way down, back down to 154. So even if you're not automate trading, you're going to get possibly a better entry price on that one. BWIN definitely could have got one on this one. Entry price 21.39. Well, maybe not. That was pretty quick. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a pretty quick one. Yeah, I bet it did pull back here to even the next candle, 21.39. That was your entry. The following candle after that, 21.37. So don't feel like you have to chase those bars when the alert goes off and it's running. Be patient. Okay. In most cases, they come back to you. And so, don't feel like you have to get the exact price at the exact time as Holly, because and I'm telling you, many cases you can get a much better price. Well, no, if you're not around, you're not going to get them because you can only trade these manually. Okay, you cannot automate the AI and get the exact same price. You can't automate it anyway. So you have to be around. Steve said, pointing out Orla to me, and I came up on one of my crossing 200 moving average. I saw that when I was going through that scan. That's a nice little bottoming tail. Also, I don't think it did anything. I put Toll Brothers on the list, but yeah, it didn't work. That's not a whole lot of stuff been working lately. Not a whole lot of stuff been working. You just got to go if you like playing the long side, you have to take profits when you get them. I've been trying to do more of that. There's two ways, to play. Or you play really small size, and the problem with that in this market is, well, you play small size, you can't get your target. It's just the up moves don't last very long. There's a Tesla alert. Figured it was about to go off. That's why I pulled it up. TLT looking like it wants to roll back over. Just to stop in this one. Yeah, let's take a look at the other indices here. SPY, just ugly. Oh, it's 200-day now. It's been a while since we've seen that. Yeah, just nothing. It's no reason to be heavy long in this market for sure. That's why I'm about to get stopped out. And snow tone is not going to do that. It's just stop out a half of it. Yep, there it is. Anyway, so do the market. I have a little bit. I use both Grok and Chat GPT to kind of maybe help me for a technology of the future. Kind of like what we saw with Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, not Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Tesla. At the turn of the last century, and how those just retired all the baby boomers quite comfortably. Uh, but and so they both Grok and Chat GPT said AI infrastructure and robotics. Okay, that's going to definitely be the call in the future. That's kind of why I want to be in Tesla. I'm always in a little bit of that because I know how these things work. I know we're talking trillions of dollars in the future, but that may be 3 or 4 years. So, but at the same time, I just always want to keep my little fingers on a little bit of it. Anyway, I built a list uh, based off of that, and one of the reasons they both were real high on this Symbotic, and this is I do love the way this is holding up. I love the way this is holding up. Now remember, the market over the last week has been trending down, but this one, since that candle right there, has not been. It's been just kind of going sideways. So looking to get aggressive with this. If it gets above that 20 period moving average, I think it may have a bounce and a potentially break its downtrend as well. So it has a ways to go. I know some people wouldn't even trade it unless it got above its 50 period moving average. I understand that. That's where I hope to be really loading up. But it's as trading these bottoms has just been just as successful as some of these setups that I have that don't work. You know, but that one and this zebra. Now I got to look into this one because I was reading up on it. Now this one I can't figure it out. They got 5 billion in revenues, only 48 million in float. So your market cap's only 9 billion. This thing. So, and this is earnings. It traded as high as 300 and then lost a third of its value over the next. Uh, this one I'm not sitting all that well then, and I'm not. I may cut this one. I mean, I got a decent average around. It's around 205, so it's not like I'm way underwater right now. But uh, that was another one that I think they both spoke highly about. But when I look at it, I'm gonna have to do some digging into this to see how much of AI infrastructure that is. Of course, both of them like PLTR, but at the same time, a lot of these things are overdone. We saw that's why PLTR got hit pretty hard. Still like it, boy. If it ever breaks out of this range, that was on my trader eye today, but that's wound tight right there, and it could be really explosive. It does get through that 157 area. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm a swing trader mush, so I'll look at the AI every now and then and see if there's any trades that may because a lot of those trades can be the start of a big move. But I'll look at the daily chart, see where they're at on the daily chart, and maybe look to uh, trade them. But I don't watch it in real time. I'm not interested in scalping. I day traded for about 17 years, hardcore, making a living off of it. So those days are behind me now. Too old to be doing that. It's hard on your heart. Well, Intel is the most frustrating stock in the world, but I don't have a much, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and get out of it. Yeah, I don't know how Barry still does it, but I started. I think I started a few years before Barry, but markets typically don't break down hard on a Friday. Plus, it's option expiration, so unless there's some serious volume coming in, I Let's take a look at the Qs real quick. We're looking at 1.24, which is not bad actually, down 126. Uh, got this area right here would probably maybe provide some support, but it's typically I would be nervous if we do break down. Uh, I'm not expecting it. Let's see what the volume of the SPY is. Man, that's 1.68. So man, yeah. I don't know. Let's take a look at the weekly. And you got that area right here of support on the weekly and the SPY, and the 50 period moving average. Yeah, yeah, I can. Now, yeah, this one you should be able to pick it up because this actually points to my global symbol list. So you should not have to do anything as far as a symbol list goes. Oh, you're welcome. There you go. TSSI was the call today at 11:31. So it did pull back to that area. Of course, it went below 11 there, but want to keep an eye on. Oh yeah, no, this is just based on my symbol list that I do each day. Very.
The pause that refreshes. I got 1 million of them, Andy. Oh man! So listen, I wanted to pop in because I wanted to talk to the main room. I know you're probably not interested, but Jan JAN IPO today, kind of a big one, 37 million. IPO at $20, but a lot of the big guys are in it: J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, etc. So it just IPO today at 20, and it's at 23.73 right now. So
okay,
at least a little bit of enthusiasm for it, and a tough time to be
sure is
having IPOs. I wasn't sure if they would
is.
actually delay it, but more power to them, or kudos to them, I suppose. They decided, no, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and do it, huh? Well,
let's do it. Yeah. So I don't know what they do, but anyway, it's just open. Yeah, JAN stocks unhinged. Yes, just open.
I like it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. That's the very first candle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the way I play these, if it pulled back right now, say to not a huge pullback, but maybe to, I don't know, 22.50 or something, and hung there. And then later on, and Andy, I mean, this is a little strange because normally these big IPOs are used to open around 10 o'clock Eastern time, between 10 and 10:30 in the morning. This is super late. I mean, it's almost 1 o'clock.
It is
very, very late. I'm surprised they actually did it, but anyway, see if it gets a little pullback and then pops through that high of the day later. Sometimes I take a nibble, and just that's how I tend to play them.
Okay.
Anyway,
do you know how much is in the float?
Well, they issued 34 million.
Okay.
So it's not a crazy low floater.
No, it's not.
Not like the SWMR. That one, you saw that one, right?
SWMR.
Yeah, that was earlier this week.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Opened at 5 or did
Oh,
well, it was priced at 5 and
oh,
about, maybe 2,000,000 shares, you know?
oh man.
I know. You see, Andy, you and I, if we ever took one of those with enough shares, you and I would not be talking Friday afternoons.
That's true.
We'd be
That's
doing
true.
something else. I
Yeah.
mean, sitting in our Tahitian island somewhere.
Yeah. And then again, you may be sitting in a gutter if it doesn't
That's true.
go.
Andy,
Oh,
alms for the poor.
that's right.
Anyway, my friend, I'll
All
take
right,
over
buddy.
now, okay?
I
12:59, so
appreciate
thanks
it,
so
buddy.
much.
Yeah,
Thanks very
thank you. Have
much.
a great weekend, man.
You too. Okay.
Everybody, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
So let me just take over the screen. There we go. All right, guys. So I was talking to Andy, and one other thing to do. Come on, music. Just give me a moment. Oh, there we go. So I think I caught tail end of your some of the conversation about the AI. Don't get hung up, and you get an entry like here, Doctor AMA or Doctor MA. The entry. You know, that's the alert. I've asked the company forever to not put entry price, to put alert price, because I think people get hung up and think, well, man, I'm seeing that now, I get the entry price is 157 and now it's 160. I guess I must have missed it. No, most of these, if they're any good, to be honest, will have decent runs in them. Okay, we're not in it for 2 or 3 cents. So if you take, and plus, I would never take a trade unless I see the chart. Okay, so if I look at the chart and I like what I see, I'll take the trade. If it's moved 2 or 3 cents on me, it shouldn't be a big deal. Now, look, if it's one of these micro floats that is moved, 20 cents in half a second, fine. Don't often see things like that. Okay, so don't get so hung up. Those of you say, "Well, I won't." When I see it, well, first of all, you have to be sitting at your computer. You can't, after the fact, like an hour later, take a look at it. No, but this requires you sitting at the computer, seeing when the alert comes in, and then making up your mind if you want to trade it or not. A long holiday weekend in Canada? I don't think so. What would the holiday be? Next holiday I can think of is Easter, but I don't think it's Easter. No, it isn't. Because it would be Easter Friday today. Or next weekend, you mean? No, no. So, in other words, no, it is not a long holiday weekend in Canada. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there you go, April 3rd. That's the next market holiday that I am aware of. Okay, guys, how about this Larmer, LRMA, sorry, LRMR, Larimer. Now, the next high looking left, if it takes out 5, I mean, it's got a little bit of room, 544. If it takes out this high of 5, a little bit of room. So Todd, I just following this conversation, well, the non-conversation you're having with E-Trade. So what are you saying? You are in a trade right now and you cannot get out of it? You can't even phone? You cannot, I don't mean phone, but you can't go online even, like to the web-based version or something? Wow. And of course, they've got all the weasel words saying we don't, we're not responsible for things like that. If so, don't come and sue us on you were in a trade and you couldn't get out. Don't come and sue us for your losses. Am I buying anything right now? Not saying anything. I like VD Noir. I mean, this YSS has got a. I mean, that could have been a little bit of a dip. I did my video on this one, and that would have been it wasn't a huge dip, but right here, like right there. I was doing my video, in fact, right at this point, and I said, "Well, guys, I'm not sure. This might be just pausing, and who knows, might have a little jump." So double first of all, access to the money machine with the best package. No such thing. Okay, really, no such thing. You need a premium service in order to simulate the. But there's really no such thing as the best package. There are a couple. Ozzy is one of them. He's developed his own top list, and he seems to be reasonably successful doing it. But there's no such thing as the best package. And as far as shorts, I mean, I'm not an option player, so I can't say yes. You should do puts, but obviously there are people that do that. If you don't have shorts available, for instance, at a brokerage, I guess, and it's optionable. I guess some people will um, go the option route. I'm just not an option player. What did I do before this gig with Trade Ideas, and how did they find you? You seem to be perfect for this. Well, first of all, thank you very much for that. I was a worm farmer. I raised worms and African night crawlers. Pepe is spitting out his coffee if he's still listening. That was in all seriousness, I mean, that was sort of a hobby. Um, then I have been in the stock market since 1997. Okay, 1997, and without what I call a real job. I mean, believe me, this is the hardest I've ever worked. Okay, in my life, but it is rewarding. But so since 1997, when I finally packed it in with the other job I had and decided I wanted to just push on, but I wasn't day trading or anything. It was sort of, relying on tips and conventions and things like that to try to figure out what I might wanted to trade. Did okay. In 2010, I found Trade Ideas just as a customer like anybody else. Immediately saw the value in the program. Um, got at the very beginning, like a lot of people, too many had too many things going on at the same time. Didn't want to miss any type of setup. So I didn't even know. I can't remember if I was looking at YouTube or all these different types of setups. I had 10 alert windows, 20 top lists. So many things coming at me. So that was the first step I had to do with Trade Ideas. I said, yeah, it's wonderful, but I got to pare this down. Otherwise, I'll never get anything done. Flash forward, maybe, I want to say 2 years later, I contacted the company. I didn't know anybody there, but I said, you know what? You guys should have, because even before then, I'd always been in some kind of a trading, like a forum and, discussing trading with other people and helping people if I could. So 2 years later, I said to Trade Ideas, you guys really need a forum or something for Trade Ideas subscribers. And they said, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And so it started, and then they said, well, do you want to moderate it? I said, oh, yeah, sure, okay, why not? I mean, it was, believe me, infancy. It wasn't real time. I mean, somebody would post, and if I saw something, I might answer it 5, 10 minutes later. Anyway, bottom line is it started to grow bit by bit by bit. And then it turned into sort of what we'll call a more real-time forum. So you could see the posts coming in, and I would attempt to answer them. And then the big one was in 2015. They said, Barry, we kind of like what you're doing. How would you feel like getting on a mic, sharing your screen, and talking to people? And I said, well, okay, never done it, but let's see. And so in October of 2015 was my foray into all of this, sharing my screen and talking. Started off very modestly, and well, it's now over 10 years later, and I'm still doing it. So that's how it all started. The Mac Daddy. And it's changed. I even see it's changed in a couple of years. More questions. I like questions, asking about the program, etc. Um, I'm probably doing a little less trading than I normally would do just because I'm answering questions, but it's part of the deal. So, and I think the company can see the value in it because for anybody who asks a question, there could be 10 or 15 of you out there that are just, what for whatever reason, I get it, just shy to ask a question. And it could be something as silly, no, not silly, but as basic as, how do I change the time frame? You got a 5-minute chart there. How do I change that to a 15-minute chart? And now it depends on the browser or the type of chart you're using. Is it the browser or the legacy? There's a clock there. How do I actually a very common question? Here's my SPY, right? Here's my SPY chart. Click on a symbol, and look what happens. These charts all change to VATL, but this doesn't. And if you don't know how to do it, it can drive you nuts. And I guarantee you, there could be people unsubscribing because, well, it's too hard. But you just right click, as an example, right click properties, and there's symbol linking. Symbol linking is either checked. In this case, it's not for the SPY, or it's checked here. It's that simple. But if you don't know how to do it, it's like climbing Mount Everest. Just give me one moment, please. Okay, guys. So let's see. Well, the YSS is just absolutely continuing. BC brother. Yes, love our province. Well, we've been pretty successful, Barry. I have to admit, over Barry with a Y, over almost 10 and a half years now, I've only had to ban maybe 4 people, maybe, when they get out of hand. And I mean, which is, to me, amazing. And people, I think people understand. Look, this could get very ferocious if we got into, politics or religion or, other things. It could get very ferocious. And so we've been very lucky. Well, lucky, I mean, we nip it in the bud, and it just really, it just doesn't come up very often. No, Dan doesn't have anything to do with this, okay? I think, the fact that it's been only 4 over 10 years, I think they trust my instinct. Now, a lot of the bands, probably 3 of them were just people coming in trying to promote another room, okay? So, I mean, it's really not for bad behavior so much. Otherwise, there'd be a lot of people, banned. No, it's usually for something like that. Well, guys, the SMCI, well, it's actually it's continues to move down, but it did have a little bounce up. The SMCI, again, if you didn't follow this news, your government, the U.S. government, has accused them of selling chips illegally to China. It was Nvidia's chips, so that will do it. That'll cause a company to lose 28%. Especially, I mean, that's a huge float. I mean, half a billion in the float. So AJ, if you're still around, I mean, one of the reasons, of course, we're not seeing too many right here is not too many stocks are making new highs of the day. Not today anyway. Minute, please. Okay, guys, I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, now is this a little downturn? It's going to mean anything for the YSS, okay? Keep looking at this as a potential short. I want to go to a 1 minute chart. See if it's turned orange. Not yet. You see, I'm in a 1 minute chart, and yes, it's a little downturn, but it has. I'm not talking about the candle, okay? I'm talking or the bar, but I'm talking about the trend. Still hasn't turned orange yet. If we get a little orange in here, I mean, this stock has been so strong all day long. Only one pullback right there, and it's an earnings play. Well, I remember calling in orders before cell phones, Todd. H&R Block. Every time I see H&R Block around this time, but I guess there's just more and more competition. I'm just always thinking, tax time, how can it not go up? I don't have all the tabs you have along the left side, that normal, like pre-market and after hours. You not sure I know what you mean. All the tabs along the left side. Left side of what? That normal, like pre-market. Are you talking about a chart, Gabriela? See, there are two charts at work here, okay? We have what we call the legacy charts, which I'm using for my higher time frames, weekly, daily, and monthly. And then these are what we call our browser charts. So they do look, I mean, the charts starting is charting, but they do have different tabs. Is that what you mean? Talking to W in our YouTube room. All right, guys, it is now 1:23, so I may only have about half an hour left, a little over half an hour left. William, what time did you say today, if any? Is it 3:30 today for you? 3:30-ish. Okay. Okay, guys. So I am. Give me a moment. Too many things got copied. Okay, I'm just going to put my homepage in. Okay, so on my homepage is what you're going to see how you can take out a subscription to Trade Ideas. Here's a promo code you can use. You will get 15% off the first month only, or the entire year of the Trade Ideas subscription. Doesn't matter what plan you choose, either our standard or our premium service. Okay. And all I ask, if you're going to take out a subscription at some time in the future, please use whatever code it is. It will change from time to time. The reason being is I am moderating two rooms, the YouTube room and the main room. Okay. So if you're sitting in YouTube now wondering what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this room right here, the trading room. So it's fine to stay in YouTube if you want, but if you're looking for a more active room, more traders interacting with each other, this is a better room. It's free. Also, this room is open at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time. 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Obi does that. Thank you. I don't. I live in Vancouver. Too early. But Obi does open this room at 6:45. So if you're looking for, some interaction with other traders during the pre-market, you can come into this room. Now, I usually take off sometime between 2 and 2:30, though I'll always stay later if there are questions. But even when I take off in this room, William, and he's just told me today, he'll keep this room open till 3:30ish. Okay, so this room today will have been open from 6:45 a.m. to 3:30-ish p.m. Eastern Time. So it's open a lot longer. When I leave, I have to shut down YouTube because there's nobody left to moderate. And if you keep scrolling down on my homepage, you'll see a section called Keep It Simple, get the trade of the week. You can sign up for the trade of the week right here. It's free. You'll get it before the market opens every Monday morning. If you sign up for it and you don't think you're getting it, before you contact us, please check your spam folder. If you have Gmail, check your promotions folder. So let's say you've taken out a subscription. What's the first thing you should do? This, mandatory, getting started with trade ideas, okay? 12 short videos to get you started. It's not going to make you an expert in trade ideas, but it covers most of the key elements. If you don't have trade ideas, you can start off with that second video, go to the end. Should give you an idea about what the capabilities are and whether or not you'd like to try us for at least a month. You can always unsubscribe. Okay. Back to basics. If you're new to trading, no, see, I was saying it. Trade Ideas, fantastic program, but it's called Trade Ideas for a reason. It doesn't. It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily going to make you a better trader. It'll make you a better trader in that it'll allow you to streamline, the things you might want to see. But then you have to have an idea about how you're going to trade them, and that requires chart experience, chart reading experience, etc. So back to basics is for you. 15 videos. They're all free. And it's not going to make you an expert in trading, but you've got to start somewhere. And understanding how to read a chart is a huge, huge aspect of trading. Last, if you click on my homepage link, scroll down. Here they are, my scans, etc. Let me get rid of this. So this is a race. This is a large cap race. Okay, at the top here. Anybody wants me to go over a race and the concept of it, I will do so. This is stuck almost. Let me just clear this. This is the upside versus downside movers. It's what we call a compare count window. Just a different way of presenting our data. Anything in red is a new real-time low. In green, a real-time high. This is what I use in the pre-market. The pre-market act is up and down. Helps to see, what stocks are moving in the pre-market, and could they keep moving once the market opens. Pulse resumes on another very, very late day. Usually this is even by about 9:30. Surprised we get this one here. But even around 9:30, usually we get about 5 or 6 right off the bat, and this is usually full, but not too much, not too many in the Pulse resumes action today. Here's a momentum scan, which I don't have up and running. I do have now my gap continuation or reversal scan. I do have it up and running. The daily trend reversals, you won't find it here, but if you wanted it, I can give it to you. Okay, so if you have any questions about these scans, just let me know. All part of the standard service, okay? When I say part of the standard service, it just means that you don't need a premium service in order to have access to those scans. Just, yeah, one moment, please. Well, looking at the sectors, guys, these sectors that we're covering in this top list window, XLE and actually XLF, interesting. XLF financials are actually, barely positive for the day, but at least they're positive for the day. XLE, you would expect, energy. At the very bottom, pearl silver. Silver still at the bottom. Silver have any sort of I don't didn't have the same sort of. Yesterday there were some fantastic plays in silver on the from the bottom. You can see if you can see my daily chart. Here's the silver SLV. There's the daily chart. You can see that it got down to 60.87 and it closed up here at 65. Closed right at the high of the day. That meant that virtually all silver stocks, unless they had some specific news on their own, virtually all silver stocks did the same thing. I had MET-C as a short, and I got out of it for no gain. But it did this little jog up on no, this little jog up here. I had this short up here, and it was moving okay. Then it jogged up, and I said, get out of it. And now it's sort of in a nice hold for MET-C on the short. And where did I find it? Right here. The gap down and go. So how is Jan doing now, guys? That's the IPO for today. Coming back to the IPO price? Actually, yeah, you didn't know. You think this is a buyout. So this is a senior housing REIT. So, as we speak, decently successful because it IPO at 20. It was priced at 20. So, at least it's above the IPO price. A lot of volume. They also released, I think they had 34 million shares. So all right, guys. Well, maybe half an hour left. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Yeah, this market is just, I mean, it's making another new low for the day. All right, let's get some higher time frames for the SPY and just see what we can do here. So we're, yesterday it closed at the 200-day moving average. We're now below the 200-day moving average for the SPY. We were at the low of that month, which is about 3 months ago. 650. That was we're right at that low. The next low on a monthly basis, wow, 634. So if you're talking about the AI, there's really nothing to get down. I'll be honest with you. Okay. If you're not, the only thing I'm going to say, I don't know what Andy said, but this is how I would watch the AI. Okay. You can see the strategy trades all. Don't go to the channel. The channel will overwhelm you. So I can show you how to get this up. And after that, it's up to you. There's no, okay, you see this alert, then you do it, then this is what you do exactly. No. All we can do is show you how to get the alerts. How you trade them, if you trade them, is going to be up to you though. The only other thing I want to draw your attention to is the reentry price column. So first of all, did you hear everything I said? Do you know how to get this window? This window. Well, there's a big downturn now in YSS. Shoot. So WL, did you hear what I said? Do you know how to get this window? This is all I would do to watch the AI alerts. Okay, nothing happens till at least 9:40. Okay, the earliest alert you're going to get is 9:40. You got a couple here, and that's by design. Doesn't mean you'll get any at 9:40, but that's the earliest you'll get an alert. But there's not a video that says, well, this is what you do. You get this alert. It's not going to say, okay, now take this trade right now. Maybe you're gone. Okay, so Roblox not having a good day. This is the two-time ETFer, so it must be down about almost 7%, or 6.5%. W 317. Did you hear anything I said? That's okay. That's okay. Well, what, you want me to repeat what I said? Uh, okay, that's a long time ago. You talked about options and buying, getting into options if you want to short something by doing something with puts. That's a long time ago. Okay, so you asked a question about, but you asked a question about what advice through the weekend to get more up to speed if you were back on day one of Holly. One moment. Okay, guys, time's it now 1:43, so maybe only about 15 minutes left. So ask your questions. Okay, so what about the channel bar? Remember, you don't have to learn everything that's in this channel bar, if that's what you're talking about. I wouldn't look at the AI long or short in the channel bar. Okay, I just wouldn't do it. It's too overwhelming. What I would do if you're talking about AI specifically, but remember, all these are just theme-based channels. Whether you look at them or not is up to you. But they all have different types of scans, but they're all kind of named pre-market. There's some pre-market, after hours, and stocks that are going down. Quantum stocks, nuclear. I mean, they're all. Oh, I see. For Randy. Okay, well, he's long gone. Sorry. I don't know what you're talking about then, all the tabs that he had. I don't know what, I'm sorry, so I can't answer that. But the channel bar, I mean, it's just a matter, you can cite, Trade Mentor. Well, let's see if this one has. Yeah, well, this one does, Trade Mentor, yep. This is the one you're talking about then. But I wouldn't go to the all I'm trying to tell you, if you want to really concentrate on the trades, like the daily trades for the AI, don't go in here, the AI long or the AI short. Don't do it. This is what you should do, in my opinion. Just have this one really simple window open in which you can see the AI trades all day long in a very easy way. Okay. And how to get that is you just click on new from the toolbar, and then I have 3 that start off with premium AI. Pick the middle one that says premium AI strategy trades window. This is the window that you then what you should do is you just incorporate this as part of your layout so you don't have to do it every day, or you just do it every day. Okay. So don't look at all this. This is way too complicated in my opinion. I mean, compare that to this. You're presented with this. Now what? Okay. I mean, there's a use for this, but not but here's all this and here's this for today. We must be on a big delay, okay, WLF, because I keep wondering if you're hearing me and how to load this, make it super simple. I know there's a delay in YouTube about I don't know 7 to 8 seconds. All right, guys. Well, maybe another 10 minutes or so. So, Todd, were you able to get out of that trade without too much damage? Good. I'm glad it's not going to put a damper on your weekend. Now, I'm pretty set on this one. The ARTL doesn't look like it's going to do its late day thing. Kind of hoping it would get into the VWAP area, hold over there, like doing all this, just a little bit above the VWAP area, and then some volume coming in and popping it maybe through the high of the day and continuing. Does not look like it's going to do that. The volume is a little volume pop here, but just fizzled out. Okay, guys. Well, things have definitely. Well, it's only about for me only 10 minutes left. What is this SMCY? See SMCY? Is it another man? Oh man, another ETF or SMCI? Yeah, and it is getting interesting. I have that one thumbnailed. I see it's almost at 7 again. Well, maybe this will be the one that has a late day run. Boy. Okay, give me one moment, please. All right, guys, I'm back. Well, Anna, let's see. Anna is what did he get up to today? He got up to $7.60. And what's that high right there? $7. Yeah, how interesting. Got up to 760 today, and that high right there is 762. That is a block so far, that monthly high, and that was back in July last year. Now, if it somehow takes that out next week, then the next time the monthly chart is way up there at 1038. So watch this one next week. You never know. VW finally, well, not finally, but bit of a down day now. But ever since earnings, it's been hanging in the area. But it's just made a new low for the day. VW. This is strange trading, guys. Jan is very, very strange, in my opinion. I mean, it's just flatlining now. Tight spread, nickel spread, 23.55, 23.60. The high today So what's happening here is that there was a company called, with I sort of remember this one, Jan, Jan, stopped trading as Jan back in 2024. And so these guys wanted this symbol. So they took it. That's why it looks like, it's had an explosion today. No. That's a pretty tight range. I mean, you're talking like right now, the high right there is 23.96. I don't know. I do remember it though. I do remember a symbol. It's not that long ago. I mean, it's in 2024, looks like July of 2024. So about 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. I do remember this trading. Sort of remember. Well, this is during the pandemic, so I don't know. I don't know what this. I don't even know what they. If it was Janny King, what Rob? What were they doing? This is now a REIT, a senior living REIT. Yeah. So, well, that makes sense. That makes sense that they would have done well during the pandemic. Janitorial services. Okay, guys, it is now basically 2 o'clock. So, unless there are any, I'll hang around for another minute. If there are no questions, I am taking off. So, for the people who are in YouTube, the main room will still be open for another hour and a half. Then I'll put my homepage link in. I'll show you where you can head to the main room still, which will open for another hour and a half, 3:30 Eastern time. Okay, so for this, just for those of you in YouTube, you click on my homepage link, scroll down a bit, and there it is, trading room. Okay, and it's free. So as always, this room will open at 6:45. So Monday morning, this room will open around 6:45 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Obi, for doing that. I'll get on the mic in both rooms about 9 o'clock Eastern time. So have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you Monday. I will keep my layout up and running until William shuts the room down at 3:30. So the layout will still be up and running. So just give me a moment as I type that announcement in. Okay, now you might see me poking around still. If I happen to get back into my chair and I happen to see a question, I'll certainly answer it. YouTubers, I do have to shut you guys down though because there's nobody left to moderate. So see you YouTubers at 9. See the YouTubers will see you at 9 o'clock Monday morning.